If you're managing diabetes, what you eat and when you eat it matters a lot. The body's natural insulin response and blood sugar control often take a dip in the evening, making it harder to process certain foods effectively. For people living with diabetes, this can mean an unexpected spike in blood glucose levels that carries into the night and affects overall health.
Before we continue, I'd like to tell you about Diacelon, a powerful blend of 13 natural ingredients, each carefully selected for their proven ability to support healthy blood sugar levels, enhance insulin sensitivity, and promote overall wellness. You can read more on Diacelon.com.
Let's start with the kind of foods that might seem innocent enough, but can play tricks on your blood sugar when eaten too late. One of the common pitfalls is snacking on refined carbs before bed. Think of that tempting bag of potato chips or those cookies calling your name. These are simple carbohydrates, and they're absorbed quickly into the bloodstream. That quick sugar rush can elevate your blood sugar levels faster than you think. It may leave you with higher blood sugar in the morning and mess with your overnight insulin levels. Some studies have shown that late-night snacking on high-carb foods can disrupt the natural glucose control that our body tries to maintain while we sleep. Then there are fried and fatty foods. While they may not raise your blood sugar immediately like a slice of cake might, they can cause a delayed effect. This is because the high fat content makes it difficult for your body to break down and absorb sugars. Foods like fried chicken, cheeseburgers, or anything that comes out of a deep fryer can slow down digestion. The problem is, even though your blood sugar might seem stable for a while after eating them, it could spike hours later, just when you're trying to wind down for the night. That late rise in blood sugar can be particularly problematic for those trying to maintain a steady glucose level overnight. Let's not forget sweetened beverages. It's easy to assume that only solid foods pose a risk, but sugary drinks like sodas or even some flavored waters can pack a punch when it comes to blood sugar. These drinks are absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream, causing an instant spike in blood sugar. Research has shown that sugary drinks can increase insulin resistance over time, which makes it even harder to control your diabetes. Drinking them late in the evening gives your body little time to process the sugar, potentially leading to increased blood sugar levels overnight and into the next day. Another sneaky culprit is fruit. Yes, even healthy fruits can cause issues if eaten late at night. Fruits like grapes, bananas, or even some dried varieties are loaded with natural sugars, known as fructose. While these sugars are healthier than processed ones, they can still elevate blood glucose levels, especially when your body is winding down for the night. Late-night fruit snacking might sound like a healthy choice, but it can still lead to a blood sugar roller coaster if eaten too close to bedtime. One study published in Diabetes Care highlighted that individuals with diabetes who ate meals with a higher glycemic index later in the day had worse blood sugar control compared to those who consumed these foods earlier. What's interesting is that your body's ability to tolerate sugar changes depending on the time of the day, with evening being the least forgiving time to indulge in sugary or carb-heavy meals. Another surprising addition to the list is alcohol. While some may think that a glass of wine or beer before bed is harmless, alcohol can actually interfere with blood sugar regulation. It's tricky because alcohol initially causes blood sugar levels to drop, but as your body processes it, your blood sugar may rise later. This yo-yo effect can be especially challenging for people with diabetes, leading to low blood sugar followed by higher levels when the liver starts to process the alcohol. Late-night drinks can not only mess with your sleep but also your glucose control, putting you at risk for waking up with higher levels than expected. Now, let's get to something a bit unexpected: spicy foods. It's not just about heartburn or indigestion. Spicy meals, especially those high in salt, can lead to dehydration. When the body becomes dehydrated, blood sugar levels tend to rise. It's a lesser-known fact, but important nonetheless. If you're indulging in a late-night taco with extra salsa, that added heat may be contributing to a more restless night in ways you didn't expect. The body's thirst mechanisms can be altered, and this dehydration can compound with other factors to make managing your diabetes at night even trickier. As we get closer to wrapping this up, let's touch on one of the biggest late-night troublemakers: dessert. If you're someone who craves sweets after dinner, you're not alone. But ice cream, cake, or even a bowl of sugary cereal can wreak havoc on blood sugar levels if consumed late in the evening. These sugary treats are packed with carbohydrates that the body struggles to process as efficiently after 6 p.m. The combination of high sugar content and high fat, especially in ice cream or pastries, leads to both an immediate and delayed increase in blood glucose levels, often peaking during the night and causing morning hyperglycemia. It's understandable that cravings hit hardest in the evening. The stress of the day wears off, and there's that desire to indulge a little before bed. But remember, late night snacks that spike your blood sugar could leave you feeling sluggish and fatigued the next morning. And now for the twist. What's probably one of the biggest myths about diabetes and late night eating: the idea that a little bit won't hurt. Sure, moderation is key, but the timing of when you eat certain foods matters just as much as the portion size. Studies are increasingly showing that circadian rhythms, your body's internal clock, play a vital role in how well you metabolize food. This means that even small amounts of high-carb or high-sugar foods eaten in the evening could have a bigger impact on your blood sugar levels compared to when you eat them earlier in the day. So, what's the takeaway? If you're managing diabetes, it's not just about what you eat, but when you eat it. Late night eating can lead to more blood sugar instability, even from foods that seem harmless in small amounts. Instead of reaching for those high-carb, sugary, or fatty foods after 6 p.m., consider lighter, low-carb options that won't disrupt your blood sugar levels as you sleep. Eating earlier in the day, when your body is better equipped to handle sugars and carbs, is a small change that can make a big difference. After all, making small adjustments to the timing of your meals can help support better glucose control overnight and improve your overall diabetes management.